about what happens after a D&D campaign ends? I don't mean to the players, I mean to the characters themselves. Let me explain. If we think of the events of the campaign as a brief look into the world at large, it makes you start to wonder what happens after the party defeats the BBEG and the players move on to something else. Like, it's easy to say that nothing else of note occurs, but exploring what that means for the characters is important to understanding the nature of adventuring itself. Because while it's generally classified as mercenary work at first, at later levels you tend to become famous heroes. So what happens when that fame dries up? What happens when the legend you cultivated starts to fall off? Because if you think about it, peace is antithetical to the very nature of their work, slaying monsters and collecting rewards. Because sooner or later, if all the monsters are slain and the villains defeated, there's no need for them anymore. And how your character may come to terms with that eventuality can be a really interesting thing to explore. Do people continue to carry on their message long after they've left the public eye, or do people react with the same cadence as when someone brings up a relative you haven't seen since you were 8? All that to say, D&D characters aren't heroes, they're content creators. And what kind of content creator can say a lot about your character.